Ask yourself this question: how much money would I need to make to be happy? $100,000? $500,000? $1 million? We've all heard the phrase, money can't buy happiness, but the studies actually prove different. They show that money does buy happiness, but to a point. I feel like being a millionaire is that magic financial destination for most of us, where we believe that by becoming a millionaire, all of our problems will be solved. We'll achieve financial freedom, get to do whatever we want, be whatever we want, buy whatever we want, pay off our debts, and have the lifestyle that we want to have. Millionaire is a hot word used by authors, podcasters, YouTubers, and tons of other people trying to get clicks and sales. When I search for the word millionaire on Amazon, I get over 10,000 search results. And when I search it on YouTube, it gets over 950,000 searches per month for that word alone. Ironically, it's almost 1 million. That means that a lot of people want to be millionaires. Now, by traditional standards, being a millionaire is someone who has a net worth or assets totaling $1 million. Investopedia defines an asset as a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or country owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide a future benefit, meaning that your car, your home, and even that crispy $1 bill in your wallet are all assets. Even if somebody owes you 20 bucks, that's an asset because it's going to provide future benefits. So if all of those things that you own add up to $1 million, you are, by traditional standards, a millionaire. But when most of us say that we want to be a millionaire, most of us really mean we'd like to make $1 million a year. If we can reach that number, we'll finally be happy, right? Well, I've got some news for you. The studies actually show that making $1 million per year can potentially decrease our happiness. It can actually make you less happy to be a millionaire. But we all have different hopes, goals, and wants. How much money do you actually need to be happy? Let's talk about it. In 2018, there was a study done that wanted to see how income and happiness are associated. And one of the things that they were looking for is if happiness rises indefinitely with income, or if there's a point where income no longer leads to happiness. The study found that the ideal income point for an individual was $95,000 per year and between $60,000 to $75,000 per year for emotional well-being. Well, what does emotional well-being mean versus overall life satisfaction? Well, emotional well-being is described as our day-to-day emotions like feeling happy, excited, sad, or angry. Life satisfaction is an overall assessment of how we're doing and is more likely to be influenced by higher goals and comparison to others. Interestingly, the study also found that once you reach the ideal income, overall life satisfaction and emotional well-being decreased. This is what they said. Once the threshold was reached, further increases in income tended to be associated with reduced life satisfaction and a lower level of well-being. This may be because money is important for meeting basic needs, purchasing conveniences, and maybe even loan repayments, but to a point. After the optimal point of needs is met, people may be driven by desires such as pursuing more material gains and engaging in social comparisons, which could, ironically, lower well-being. So what does this mean for us? It means that we may not need as much money as we think we need to be happy. You don't need to wait to have $1 million to do and have what you want. I'm going to give you a simple tactic that can help us figure out exactly how much we actually need to live the life that we want to live. In his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss talks about the concept of dreamlining, combining the word dream and timeline. Dreamlining is essentially a worksheet that helps you figure out how approachable and realistic your ideal lifestyle is when it comes to finances and time. This approach prioritizes defining specific and exciting experiences, possessions, and personal development goals, helping you figure out a clear and efficient plan for what you ultimately want to do. Doing this turns your vague ideas about what you want and makes them clearer. But dreamlining is also about more than just setting goals. It means creating a life that makes you happy. This is going to help you think about what you want, how it'll affect your finances, and what you need to do to make it happen. It's a practical way to set goals that'll help you take action and puts things into perspective. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process for dreamlining. Don't worry about it being perfect. You can always change stuff later. Just start it. Go get a piece of paper and a pen, pause when you need to think, and let's get going. Step 1. Figure out whether you want to do a 6-month or a 12-month dreamline. For the sake of this example, I'll go with 12 months. Step 2. Having. What are your having dreamlines? Write down the 5 things you'd like to have in the next 12 months. Remember, don't overthink it. Some examples could be that you want a Tesla Model S Plaid, or a house, or a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers. Once you've got at least 5 things written down, let's move on to step number 3. Step number 3, being. What do you dream of being? Some examples could be, I want to be a freelance filmmaker, or I want 10% body fat. Write down 5 of these things as well. Now turn these being items into actions. If you want to be 10% body fat, the action should be losing 20 pounds. Take a minute to do that. Step number 4, doing. Write down what you want to be doing in the next 12 months. Again, write 5. Examples of doing could be flying to Italy, going skydiving, or going to Comic-Con. For a lot of people, this one is a little bit harder. So a couple of questions that you can ask yourself if you're having trouble is, number 1, what would you do if you had $100 million in the bank? And number 2, what life would make you most excited to wake up in the morning? If you're still having trouble coming up just after those 2 questions, fill in the 5 spots with these ideas. Number 1, a place you've always wanted to visit. Number 2, a memorable thing to do before you die. Number 3, a daily thing to do that you would enjoy. Number 4, a weekly thing to do that you would enjoy. And number 5, a skill that you've always wanted to learn. Once you've got all those written down, move on to step number 5. Step number 5, choose 4. Now here comes the slightly challenging part. Go through your doing, having, and being lists and choose 4 items in total out of all of those that make you the most excited. For me, I may choose the Tesla Model S Plaid, the 100,000 subscribers for my YouTube channel, 10% body fat, and a vacation to Italy. Those are the 4 things that get me the most excited. So choose your 4. Step number 6, determine your target monthly income. In the 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss talks about how the cost of the things you want to do is a lot of times lower than what you would think. The trick is to change your thinking from this big, huge grand totals to just monthly costs. So instead of paying millions of dollars for a mansion, you can rent some property for a few $1,000s on Airbnb. Another example is the cost of travel. You don't have to buy the jet, just buy a plane ticket. This will help you to live out what you want to do a lot faster. If I try to save for that Tesla Model S Plaid coming in at a whopping $130,000, it could take me years to save up, but if I lease it, I may be able to do that in a few months. So let's figure out how much our dream life is going to cost us monthly. So we have the Tesla Model S Plaid, we have the 100,000 subscribers, the 10% body fat, and the vacation to Italy. So first we have the Tesla Model S Plaid, and I, of course, need to go with the upgraded 21-inch Arachnid wheels, the enhanced autopilot, the full self-driving capability, and all the home charging stuff. To lease this, it comes out to $7,500 down and $1,852 per month. Now, if I just wanted to get the car within 12 months, I'd really need to just save for that $7,500 down. I could do that by saving $625 a month. But for the sake of the video, let's just calculate the actual monthly cost of leasing the Tesla, which is $1,850 a month. Now we have the YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers. This isn't going to really cost anything but my time and effort, so we can actually clock this in at just $0. Next, we have the 10% body fat goal. This is another goal that doesn't really cost anything except for a gym membership, which you could easily work out at home, and then clean foods, which your grocery budget will fit in with your regular monthly expenses, but we'll count it anyway, and any supplements like protein and vitamins. So we could just save for all of that. The gym membership, maybe 25 bucks a month, food, probably around 300 bucks a month, and supplements, we'll say around $100 a month. That gets us to $425 a month for the 10% body fat goal. The last thing we have is our trip to Italy. Now, obviously, I'm not going to Italy alone. So from the research I've done, for 2 people spending a week in Italy, staying at a luxury hotel and spending around $400 a day on food and other things, we're looking at around $5,000 for 2, which saving up for 12 months comes out to $416 per month. Step 7, figure out your monthly expenses. We need to figure out our current regular monthly expenses, our rent or mortgage, our food, cell phone subscriptions, and any other bills that we may have. Once we have this number, we multiply it by 1.3, which is an additional 30%. The reason we do this is to give us a buffer for safety or savings. For this example, we'll say my total monthly expenses with a 30% buffer is $2,665 a month. We take that number and add it to our 4 having, being, and doing items, which is $1,852 for the Tesla, plus 0 for the YouTube channel, plus $425 for the 10% body fat, and $417 to save for our Italy vacation. So $2,665 for our regular monthly expenses, plus $2,694 for our Dreamline items, and that comes out to $5,339 a month, which is only $267.95 per day, assuming we're only making money Monday through Friday. And that's it. Do you see? You don't need $1 million to do what you want to do. It's a lot easier than you think. And when you spend time actually breaking down the numbers, it makes it feel so much more tangible. Now, the next thing you need to do is figure out the steps that you need to take to live the life that you really want to live. Write down the steps you need to do today, tomorrow, and the day after to achieve these goals. They're a lot closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video, you guys, and want to see more, please make sure you subscribe, hit like for the YouTube algorithm, and comment below your 4 main items. I really want to hear them. I'll see you guys in the next video.